It's absolutely torment. You used to wake up and your kids were there, right? Now you wake up and they're not there. And every exchange day feels like a funeral, right? So, what do you do when the pain won't leave? I just want to show you a few things, what I've done. I've felt the pain, I've sat in the pain. It's terrible. I'm going to show you a few things that saved me that you can do um, in the same way for you. So, the first thing is first you got to call it what it is. It's grief. So, stop pretending you're just adjusting. It's grief, it's real, and pretending will only trap you longer. Okay, so you have to first get that out of your head, and a lot of times it's very simple of getting it out of your head onto a piece of paper that you can look at and see, and look at the grief, look at what why it's there and what's going on there. Because if you just play in your game in your mind, there's just too many scenarios. You can't isolate what you're feeling, and then you can't also put something about what God's word is saying about you. So it dances in your head longer, and that's what you don't want. So what you want to do is get it out. Then you want to do is number two is you need to create a future that's worth moving toward. Because if you're only looking at what you don't have, then you're going to constantly replay what you don't have, and you're going to constantly replay the cycle of that you blew it, you lost everything, you're a failure, you're not going to come back. How are you going to get past this? This is impossible. You don't have the time, you don't have the money, you don't have the resource, you don't have this. That's the loop, right? I've had it. I've been there, sat in there for a long, long time, and it sucks. It will keep you depressed, low, all of those things. And so if you don't create the future, then your mind is going to sit back and live in the past. It's going to go back to what it knows. It's roads and pathways that you have created over your lifetime. So you can thank yourself because that's what you've created. And so now what you have to do is take action, take real creative forces and start to generate what you want to have next. What do you want to build with your kids? So when somebody sent me this question, they said, I'm paralyzed. I miss my kids so much. I said, great. Number one, you have fuel. So you have something to fuel this fire. Number two is you need to create the vision that you need to create for yourself, for your family, for your kids, for your workplace, for your money. You need to begin to create a plan. Well, I'm just trying to do this. No, you have to create a plan at this point, a future that's worth moving toward, because the pain is going to come back. It's not going away. But now you have a position for the pain. You have a place for the pain, right? You have a process for the pain. So here's how I did. I sat down, I wrote a vision. Those of you that are in the Ascent group, you'll know that I go through the mission vision worksheets. We create those, we build those out, we plan those out so that you have a very clear, distinct idea of where you're going. And you need that because that's what faith is. That's what moving forward looks like. You have to do that. What do I want to look like in 5 years? What do I want my kids to be saying about me? What legacy am I building with the time that I do have? I have to look at what is available, not what's not available no more. If you don't give your pain a purpose, it will paralyze you and you will procrastinate and you'll think it's too hard and you'll look at everybody else and say, look how far they are. Look where I'm at. Woe is me. You got to get out of that. Number three is you got to use this pain as a trigger to build. So I had to use the pain of missing my children as a signal, not to scroll, not to drink, but to build. The pain is proof that you love deeply. And that love wins. So if you use that love in the right way, then you can turn it into action, into purpose, into legacy, into what you're building for your kids. That's what this is moving towards. Romans 8:28 says, we know that all things work for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Look, I know it's grief. I know it sucks. I know it's terrible. Awesome. You've got two decisions. I can either go back and sit in this crap and live here, or I can begin to dream and build and put a vision together that my children will look at. They'll see me and they'll say, wow, that's amazing. Dad did that. Wow. He showed up for us. Wow. He showed up. God helped him do the impossible. How about that story? That's what we're building. That's what we're growing. That's what the Ascent is. It's putting you on a climb into greatness. It's putting you back on the place that you've been called by God to, as a dad, as a leader, for your family, your business, your work, all of those things. That's what the Ascent is. And so if this is hitting you, resonating with you, like, hey, I need to get on this track. I need a faster solution. I need real game plan, real systems that work so you can heal and grow faster. I want to change my kids' lives. I want to transform my life. That's the Ascent. That's what it is for you. I believe every man in America should be going through this after divorce, to put them on a game plan for them to make more money, have more peace, get more influence and leadership, right? And have all the things that they need to have and do. All of the toolkit in there. So if that hits with you, there's a link below. You can check it out. Send me a question. If you're looking for something even more than that, there's a few things that are out there. I'm with you. I'm for you. I'm rooting for you. You got this. Let's go climb.